Have a seat, please. I got to tell you all, full disclosure, I didn't practice walking in this thing. Man, this is tough. And then, let me just start by telling you all right now. Dr. James Anderson would, he'll tell you all that I'm a bit of a crybaby, and I've been crying since last Sunday. Man, this has been an amazing day. I just want to thank all of you all for being here. I have to start off though by telling you all a quick story. I had to reach out to Tuskegee University, my alma mater. I had to do this. Oh yeah. Got to get these. I had to go there because I wanted my community to know that the essence of my beginning is Tuskegee. It is truly the reason that I get to stand before you all today. Tuskegee, it showed me possibility, it showed me discovery, it showed me brilliance of faculty and staff and administrators and community members that were just beyond my imagination. And so when I called Tuskegee, I called Dr. Barr, and we began to talk, and I said, Dr. Barr, I need the choir here. And I need them to be with our choir at the University of Southern Indiana. And so I went to go see our choir the other day, and I talked to them. I said, listen, I am so thankful for you all allowing Tuskegee to be here to sing with you. And the students honored me by saying, stop. They said, we are honored. And so I want you all to understand that when we talk about issues of diversity and collaboration, these students, they're showing us how it's done. So USI, Tuskegee, I thank you all so much. And listen, you talking about joyful noise. Oh, we are so blessed to have you all. If y'all can just indulge me, I just got to do this one time. T-U? Thank you. Now, I'm not sure about how many of you all feel about this, but I'll tell you right now, I really believe that somebody in this room should just say amen. Amen. This has been a day that God has created. And because of him, we are here today. Dr. Barr, Daniel Craig, I appreciate your excellence and your work and the things that you all have done to make today happen. Thank you both. Thank you both. Governor Holcomb, Mayor Winnecke, these two men, these two great leaders have come here because they decided to. They had other things to do. The one thing that I've learned is that when people make a choice to spend time with you, that is a gift. Thank you. Thank you. To my predecessors, Dr. Rice, Dr. Hoops, and oh yes, Dr. Bennett. You don't even know, I love this woman. I adore Dr. Bennett, boy. And it's so funny because I could never tell anybody over the last 9 years because she was my boss. I come home talking about Dr. Bennett to Lynn. Lynn like, really? An amazing woman, an amazing leader, and also an amazing mentor. I want to thank Dr. Muriel Howard, Dr. Barry Price, and everyone else who provided salutations and endorsed this day for me. I am so forever grateful. I want to tell you all just a couple quick stories, and I'm going to get out your way. I remember vividly when I was sequestered by Chairman Callaway when I was announced as president. The trustees, they were having their public deliberations before an audience, and Mr. Callaway came to get me, and in this room was amazing people. They stood up and provided me this rounding applause. And I was overwhelmed and humbled. And I remember Kendra Strupp taking me upstairs immediately to another room where there was media, print, television, radio, anything you can imagine. And that evening when I got home with my wife, we laid in the bed and I told her, I said, baby, all that I've seen today, all that I've been through today, it was incomplete. I mean, they missed it. And Lynn looked at me with her beautiful face and said, what more do you want? And I told my dear wife, I said, no, sweetheart. I said, what they missed was you. You know, I got to tell you all that without my wife, this is not happening. This is not occurring. Allende, girl, don't you start crying, girl. My daughter, Nia, my son, Allende, you are the essence of our lives. You're the reason I get up every day with pride. Your mother and I worked hard to serve you, and we expect you to serve back. We are thankful for you all being in our lives. I gotta tell you all, I got a father who was as tough as nails, boy. My father was a cop for 30 years in Chicago. My father had two emotions. My father was either angry or real angry. My daddy taught me how to work. My daddy taught me how to be a man. My daddy taught me, don't play, work, and serve. So Pops, I love you, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. To my sister and brother, Michelle and Mark, you know how I feel about you. You know, it's so funny because when I was growing up, I hated my sister. But she hated me more. And my little brother, you know, we slept in the same room, sometimes in the same bed. You know, we lived in a small house that was ours. It was our haven. And Mark and I, we grew up together just loving each other. I was his big brother. And now he's my bigger brother, okay? I love you, Mark. I love you. I wanted to tell you all real quickly that when I was announced president, I was asked one question over and over again. It was, Dr. Rushion, how do you feel about being the first African-American president at the University of Southern Indiana? And I thought about that question over and over again, and I never really did provide a full answer. But over the time, thinking about this question has given me a sense of purpose. And I'll tell you, it's a bit narcissistic to me to think about myself in that regard. Immediately, I began to think about my ancestors. Began to think about people who came before me, the shoulders on which I stand. I remember when Allende and Nia were little kids, Lynn and I took them on a road trip. We went to Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana. We wanted to just do a road trip down south to teach our kids about their history. We also went to South Carolina. We actually went to plantations and showed them where African people were housed during slavery. And we wanted them to understand this was a history they should never, ever forget. They should embrace and understand. I also remember vividly one night we were driving, it was late. Because I love to drive at night because these two fought all the time. And I knew if we drove at night, they would sleep most of the time. Well, this one evening, it was about 10 o'clock, and they were awake. And I remember it was so incredibly dark. I pulled over to this truck stop, and I said, Lynn, let's teach them a lesson right now. And it was extremely dark, and I turned the headlights off. And I remember turning around and asking Nia and Allende, what do you see? And Nia said, Baba, I see the stars. I said, that's right, baby. Big Dipper's up there. You can see the Little Dipper. I said, those stars were actually used as navigational tools for your ancestors. I said, Allende, what do you see? Allende said, Baba, it's dark. I'm scared. And I said that, exactly. I said that many of our ancestors stole their freedom and navigated through these woods and this kind of pitch blackness. I said, because of them, we get to have this car. Because of them, we get to go on this vacation. Because of them, we get to do this thing called love and give love back to others. Because of our ancestors. These amazing shoulders upon which we stand. These men and women and children had this thing called resiliency and grit. It was non-negotiable It was amazingly strong. It was always present. Fast forward a little bit, we end up living here in Indiana, and Lynn and I buy a house in Newburgh, and we find out that all throughout this area, Evansville and Newburgh, the Underground Railroad, this is a stop haven. We actually have property, historic property, where African people navigated themselves as they stole their freedom. Amazing history right in this community. Now, the component that's so amazing to me as well that I think that we should underscore is that these people were freedom fighters. But oh yes, in Evansville, in Newburgh, were white men and women also, who also had children who put their lives at risk as well, assisting freedom fighters. Collaboration. Now, I know this right here. My ancestors were God-loving, God-fearing, and God-faithful people. And I can imagine them holding hands across race, praying for one thing, and that is freedom and safety. But not just for themselves, not just for the immediate time, they were praying for their children's children's children. So that one day we would have a university like this, where we have a multicultural audience like this, where we would have students teaching us how to collaborate and love on each other like this. That's vision. And so when I tell you that the question of how it feels to be the first African American, it feels amazing, but it's not about me. It's about these men and women and children who came before us with this vision to develop a community that would embrace one another, that would uplift one another, that would do something amazingly special to serve other people. So USI students, I charge you all to do something awesome, to do something bold, do something courageous. I'm asking you all to please be bold with this particular charge, and that is find somebody you don't know and get to become friends with them. Find someone who has a different language, a different religion, a different zip code than yours, and become friends with them. Become colleagues with them. Marry them, I don't care. We are at a crossroads right now within our nation when it comes to this discussion. And I told the trustees when I was hired, this discussion I'm not afraid of. This is what I want. I want better for our children. I want better for your children. And in order for us to do that, we have to come together. We got to break bread. We have to listen to stories. We have to share love with one another. And I believe in this in the fundamental parts of my heart. Students, I am optimistic because of you all, because of your existence, because of your brilliance, your drive, and your zeal. I charge you all to do more than we have ever done before. This is an amazing time, an amazing time. Let me close with one more story. When I went to Tuskegee, I remember my parents dropping me off at the train station in Chicago downtown. And again, it was just the four of us. It was Mickey and Mark and my mom and dad. And I'll tell you all that it was a day that was extremely exciting for us as a family. I'm the oldest in the family. I'm the first to go to college in the family. And my sister, that day, she hugged me. It was like, that blew me away. I was like, wow. But also, my baby brother hugged me as well. But the thing that blew me away, though, was that my mother, she cried like nobody's business that day. In fact, you all, this chair right here in front of us is for my mother. I wanted to, thank you. I'm gonna get through this. If you like me, you would have loved Alice. My mother didn't go to college, but she devoured books. She read every day. And she placed in me an understanding that was non-negotiable about school. My mother, she believed in homework every day, especially on Fridays. She made it very, very clear that I was to go to Tuskegee and become successful. When my parents dropped me off at the train station, I remember my mother crying like nobody's business. And that day, you all, my stoic father, the one who's always angry, that day, my father kissed me on the lips. My father didn't kiss my mother on the lips. Did anybody see the movie Godfather? Do you remember when Al Pacino kissed his brother on the lips? You remember that boy, he ended up dying. I was worried because, Governor, I knew the night before my father kissed me on the lips, I ate the big piece of chicken. They dropped me off. I ended up in Tuskegee. And all my friends here at Tuskegee, the Tuskegee Nation is here. You all remember this. Some of you were freshmen with me. I struggled in Biology 101. Dr. Thomas. Oh, yeah, we know, huh? I got an amen corner. Okay. I called my mother, and I talked to her, and I said, Mom, I said, this is not going to work. I'm going to end up failing out of Tuskegee. My mother, she said, listen, I need you to do something for me, baby. I need you to just try harder. Just work harder, study longer. Don't give up. But she said also something that only a mother would say. She said, if it doesn't work, you come home. Now you can hear my father in the background say, don't tell that boy that. He can't come back here. Well, just days later, I received a love package, a care package from my mother in the mail, and it was lemon pound cake and gingerbread and chocolate chip cookies and little trinkets from home to just bring me back to Chicago, where I grew up. And in that love letter, she talked about how much she loved me, what she expected from me, and what she prayed for me. And at the end of that letter was a poem, a beautiful poem by Langston Hughes, entitled Mother to Son. It says simply, well, son, I tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had splinters and boards and torn up places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I keep rising, turning landings, going around corners, and going places where there ain't been no light, darkness. So son, don't you sit down on the steps because you find it's kind of hard. Don't you quit now, because I still climbing. I still going, honey. I still going. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair. Let me close by just telling you all this right here. This woman, she had no material gain whatsoever. She had no capital in her life, but she had this undeniable love for her son. She had an expectation that he would do something with his life. She had a vision. She had a vision that her son, in fact, would one day work to build community, to enhance diversity, to be a servant, to be a servant. This mother was amazing. And this mother, she had resiliency and grit. Listen, I believe this. We all stand on the shoulders of great men and women, our ancestors, our collective ancestors. And I am so thankful for this day. I'm so humbled by this day. I'm so humbled by this opportunity to lead this university with my colleagues, serving our students, serving our students. Can we just applaud that, please? I close by just telling you all, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm looking forward to working with each and every one of you all, both on and off campus. This is our opportunity to make USI thrive even more. Asante Sana, thank you very much. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.